Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, then welcome. My name is Domenica and I post videos about all sorts of things beauty related, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below for more videos like this. By the time you guys are watching this, I recorded this a little while back from the day you guys are watching this because I can't talk about this foundation until the launch date, which is today, June 7th. Benefit Cosmetics actually came out with a brand new foundation. This is called the Hello Happy Foundation. It is a light to medium coverage foundation with SPF 15. There are 12 colors in this collection, which is decent. They could have done better, but they do accommodate, I have to say, to a decent amount of shades. I do think that they should add more. I will insert a picture right here to show you a couple of the pictures I took at the training that we had for Benefit Cosmetics and this foundation specifically. It is a blurring foundation. This is $29 and they also are coming out with a smaller version that is $10. If you didn't want to buy the full size, you could always get the smaller version. If you're interested in seeing how this bad boy wears, how I applied it, and all this other good stuff, then just keep on watching. And let's go ahead and get into the video. Today I am trying out the new Hello Happy foundation from Benefit and I am so excited. The time that I'm filming this right now, this is not launched yet. The only reason that I got to try this out is because I work for Ulta and Benefit actually had a training and we got to pick out our shade and kind of try it out. This is what the carton looks like. It just is the shade that matches you. I believe there are 12 shades, so every single box is like a different color according to like the shades. On the back, this is what it looks like. It says Hello Happy. I have the shade number 4 and this is a light to medium coverage liquid foundation. It also has SPF 15, so it's a great foundation for summer. And then when you pull it out of the box, this is what it looks like. It just has a very cute little happy face with some hearts. The lid is kind of like this pinky metallic color. And then on the back, it's kind of like the same as the unicarton. It just has Hello Happy in the shade number 4. And again, it says light to medium coverage, and it is a liquid foundation with an SPF of 15. It is currently 2 o'clock, so I will be trying this out. It doesn't have a claim as to how long it lasts. It just says that it is a soft blur foundation, looks like skin and feels like nothing at all. 99% said it felt weightless, 98% said it feels breathable, and 95% said it gives natural looking coverage. It's supposed to softly blur your face, and it is buildable coverage, so if you need like more coverage in certain places, like I obviously do, you can just kind of add more in that area and it should cover up a little bit more. Another very interesting thing, they recommended applying this with your hands rather than a brush, but today I'm going to do one side with a brush and then the other side with my hands, just so you can kind of see a difference and see if it actually does work better with a brush or with your hands. So yeah, I have a couple things I need to do today. It's pretty hot out today, so we'll see how it holds up. I will be outside. I have some cleaning to do in and outside. I'm going to wear this foundation for quite a few hours and kind of check in after I'm doing activities like cleaning and running errands and stuff like that, so we will see how that goes. Let's just get started. Again, I have the shade number 4. Because it does claim to be a blurring foundation, I'm not going to use anything that will kind of interfere with how the actual foundation performs, so I'm just going to use something that's moisturizing because I do have drier skin. This is the Smashbow Primerizer. If you are not new to my channel, you know this is one of my favorite primers. I use it every day. Super pricey, but definitely worth it. So I'm just going to take a couple pumps on my hands that are clean, and I am just going to go ahead and kind of work this into my face. As you can see, my skin is not the best right now, but we're going to see if the foundation does cover it up. It does come in a squeezy tube and it is very, very liquidy. I'm not even touching it and it's kind of like dripping out, as you can see. But I do appreciate the squeezy tube. I'm just going to use that much. So again, on this side of my face, I am going to use my hands. And then on this side of my face, I am going to use a brush. So I'm just gonna take some and put some right there. I've never put foundation on my face with my hands before, so we'll see. Just maybe gonna go like that. This kind of smells like cinnamon or something. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this is oxidizing because it matched my neck when I color matched myself when we were there, but now it's kind of looking a little bit orange. I don't know if you can tell. I don't think it matches very well, but we're just gonna take it down the neck. Take a little bit more, again, not even touching it, and it's already kind of squirting out. I'm just gonna take some and blend it. It's not really covering anything crazy. I can definitely still see like some acne scars and like some pimples. I'm gonna see if I can like build it up in those areas by stippling some more product right there, because they did say it was buildable, so we'll see. I'm gonna add a little bit more foundation. This is what it looks like on that side, and then on this side. It did cover a lot of redness, but like it claims to be, it is a light medium foundation. I typically like to go with fuller foundations for obvious reasons, but just kind of for like an everyday foundation, especially if you do have nicer skin, I think you would really like this. It feels a little bit tacky, but nothing crazy. This is one side done with my hand, and then let's see how the other side looks like with a brush. So I'm going to take a little bit more on my hand right there. I'm going to put it on with my finger, but I'm not going to blend it out with my fingers like I did on the other side. I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics Airbrush Full Coverage Complexion Brush and kind of start stippling it in. So this is what one layer looks like with the brush. It kind of applies a little bit patchy with the brush, I feel like. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I feel like there's more foundation right here, even though I did take it down here and kind of blend it out. I just feel like it was harder to blend out, whereas this side kind of looks a little more even. Right now I am liking the side with my hand a lot better than the side with my brush. So I'm going to take a little bit more. I am using a lot of this, I realize, but oh my god, my eyebrow. I do like fuller coverage, that's what I'm used to. So I'm just trying to build it up as much as I can. I'm going to see if I can build up a little bit more coverage in these areas. It did give me a little bit more coverage with my finger than it did using like the brush. I'm just using like stippling motions instead of like dragging it because I don't want to pull at my skin, and I feel like it applies a little bit better stippling it instead of dragging it. Thoughts? I don't feel like I'm wearing anything. Like I do not feel like I have foundation on. I don't feel like it is very heavy. It is really, really pretty on the skin. The finish is like very, very skin-like. It did cover a lot of my redness too. I'm just gonna take the rest that I have on my hand right here and grab some on my fingers and kind of just blend it down my neck. Let me feel. I'm gonna touch my face and see if anything transfers. There is a little bit of transfer. I don't know if you guys can tell, kind of like right here. So I feel like you do have to set this. I feel like it does give me like a little bit of a sheen to my face, like in these areas when the light hits it a certain way. And I didn't put any glowy primers or anything underneath. I would say that this kind of has like a dewier finish to it, which I'm not mad at. I have really dry skin, so I kind of like a more dewier look. It's very, very skin-like. I don't know if you guys can tell. I feel like it did kind of blur my face just a little bit. I can kind of still see some pores in like this area. It's not emphasizing any of my texture any more than is already there, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna set this very heavily with powder. I'm just gonna take like a big fluffy brush and kind of dust it all over really quickly just to kind of make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. I won't be setting it with a setting spray or anything, just so we can kind of see what it looks like at the end of the day. To set my face, I will be using the Collab powder. So yeah, I am going to do the rest of my face and I will be right back. So this is what it is looking like. I usually would bake under here to kind of make my bronzer look a little bit more precise, but I skipped that part today just for the purpose of trying this out. Don't mind my headband, I always get so much foundation on it. I kind of just did some like light natural, more on the natural side for me kind of makeup. Everything blended well over on top of it. I lightly set this. It is a little bit more tacky in the places that I did not completely set it, but it doesn't really matter that much to me. So yeah, I'm just going to show you what it looks like overall right now. The more that I look at it, the more that I do see that it did kind of give me that overall kind of blurring look. I am going to go do a couple things that I have to do, and I will be checking back in very shortly. See you soon. I'm back with a check-in. It is now 5 o'clock. I do notice, I don't know if you guys can tell, that on my forehead I'm kind of getting a little bit shiny, and my chin. And mind you, I forgot to tell you guys, I do not have oily skin. I have actually pretty dry skin, so I don't know how long this would last on somebody that had oily skin, like without setting it or anything. I feel like you would probably need to use a mattifying primer or like a de-slicking setting spray from like Urban Decay or something. But yeah, so I think I see a little bit of shininess on my forehead and on my chin a little bit. I do think a little bit came off on my chin, but I mean, I've been touching my face kind of. I always like touch my chin area. I mean, it's not a big deal. I was touching it and I didn't really set my face how I usually would, just to kind of see how the foundation itself would wear. And I also forgot to tell you guys that there is 1 fluid ounce in this foundation, which is like normal and typical for foundations usually. Here is what the foundation is looking like. I guess I will be back to check in one more time before I kind of close this video. So I will see you guys soon. Hello guys, so I'm back. It is now 9:30 at night. So this foundation has been on for 7 hours now. As you can see, on my chin area, around right here, and on my nose, a little bit on my forehead, the foundation did break up. So especially like right here, right here, right here, and like right here, you can definitely notice that there is no more foundation, but it is breaking apart on my forehead a little bit. Did it wear very well for 6 hours? I know some foundations that wear better, but again, this is a very light to medium coverage, and I didn't set it how I usually would set my makeup. I just kind of lightly dusted a powder over top, which usually I would set pretty well, especially for summer coming up, and also finish off with a setting spray, which I did not do, just to see how the foundation would wear. So yeah, this is what my face is looking like. It definitely came off where I have like acne scars and stuff like that. Final verdict on the foundation. F through A, I would probably give this foundation maybe like a B, C+, just because I obviously like a little bit more of a fuller coverage foundation, because I do need a little bit more coverage. Is it buildable? I guess a little bit, but not really as much as I know a lot of people would like. If you have really great skin and you really just don't even need coverage, I think you're gonna like this. I just happen to have like problem skin right now in my life, so it's not my favorite foundation. On special occasions, I would never wear a foundation with this light of coverage, but for like a trip to the beach, maybe like every single day, if you do have nice skin and you don't need too much coverage, then yeah. Or even if you want to put like a full coverage concealer in the places you need extra coverage, which that's something that I would do. The weightless claim, honestly, I won't say that I didn't feel it on my skin, because I definitely did feel it on my skin. But that might have been the powder, because when I first applied it, I didn't feel it on my skin, and usually I can tell. Maybe it is the powder, but again, I would need that powder to set it, especially if I'm wearing it for a long day, because it obviously broke up after 6 or 7 hours. I noticed around like the 6-hour, 5.5-hour mark that it was starting to break up. I did get some opinions from my boyfriend and my sister. They did say that the foundation did look blurring and kind of made my skin look nice, which I agree with. I think the foundation is blurring like it claims to be. I guess I like this foundation for no makeup days, but is it my favorite foundation ever? No. I will say I don't think that you will like it if you have oily skin. It did break up in the T-zone, and I don't even have oily skin, so I can't imagine how easily it would break up for somebody that is having that oil in that T-zone. Do I think it's worth it? For $30, if you are looking for a pretty decent kind of summer light coverage foundation, then you might actually really like this. So yeah guys, that is the end of this video. That was my review on this Hello Happy foundation by Benefit Cosmetics. And if you enjoyed watching this video and this wear test, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Again, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.